So, hello, and thank you so much for agreeing to come and be interviewed today and have a conversation today with us at SmartSTEMs. So, if you just start off by introducing yourself, just tell us a wee bit about yourself and also a bit about the job that you do.
Perfect. My name is Jill Cottrell. I am a principal environmental compliance consultant. And what my job involves is I go into lots of different businesses and I identify what they do on site and I identify what legislation, environmental legislation, is applicable to them to make sure that they are working within the confines of the regulations and they're not going to do anything that, one, damages the environment, or two, gets them a big hefty fine.
So, what or who got you into that role?
So my job past is a little bit checkered. I actually started my career as a contaminated land consultant. So when I was at secondary school, I had a really amazing biology teacher, and he got me involved in doing my 6-year studies project in soil. So when I went to university, I actually did soil and environmental science. So that was the start of my career, and he was an amazing man, and he just really drove the kind of the sideline of it. You know, soil is really important. I think your project would be really good if you did it on that. So that's how I got involved with contaminated land. And then when I started at my current job, that's what my job role was. I was a contaminated land consultant, but a few things got in the way, and I ended up cross training and then moving into compliance auditing.
So, what did you have to do to get into your type of work? So, was there an apprenticeship? Did you go to college, uni? What was your experience there?
So back when I was younger, most people went to university, and that's what I did. So I went to Stirling University and I did an environmental science degree. In that, I specialised in soil, and from there, I got a scholarship. I actually went down to Reading University on a full scholarship. So I got all of my tuition fees paid and I got some living expenses as well. And I went down there and I did a master's. So the job the courses that I did were very much to get into consultancy to do contaminated land work, which is originally what I did at the start of my career. So yes, so I went to university and I did an undergrad and I did a master's degree.
So, what's your favourite part of your job at Mabbett?
Talking. Talking is my favorite part of the job. I think I was a born auditor. If I didn't know it when I first started my career, I do know it now. I get to go into all these amazing sites, so we can work with pharmaceutical businesses, food and drink manufacturers, we work with defense companies, and I get to go in and I get to talk to a lot of different people in their businesses about what they do and the things that they're doing right and the things that they're doing wrong. And that for me is the best part of my job, because I get to meet so many different people. I get to meet the CEOs of business, so the managing directors, and I also get to meet the people that are actually doing all the hard work, that are doing the processing and doing the manufacturing. So for me, that's the best part of my job, is talking.
Love it. I'm a bit the same myself. So, before you got into your current job, where did you start? Like, what was the kind of first job that you had? And that can be just, a job that maybe you did to help you through university. But yeah, where did you start?
So a lot of my jobs that I did before I actually got into consultancy to do contaminated land were things like I worked in a shop when I was much younger. So I was a Saturday girl at a newsagent's. I always laugh, I called myself the deeds maintenance manager at a building society back home. And I used to file everybody's house deeds. And I did that to make money to put myself through university. So when I started my career, I worked at another consultancy, and it was a graduate position, and it was doing a lot of different phase ones and phase twos, which are all looking at historical maps and looking at soil results for sites. So that's before I was in consultancy. It was all really fun jobs, just working just to make a bit of money and to kind of get the work ethic, kind of getting up in the morning, making sure you were there on time. So yeah.
Yeah, all very important life skills. So, what would be a piece of advice that you would give to your younger self about your journey and like how you've managed to get to where you've got to? So, what would you say to your younger self if you had the opportunity?
There's a few things. Work really hard. Like, people pay you to do your job, work really hard. Also, integrate yourself fully into your team. Make sure that you know who everybody is. Make sure that you know their job roles. So I'm in a consultancy that has lots of different teams. We have engineering teams, we have the ecology team. Know what they are doing, because you can do your job better when you understand what your company is doing. But probably the main thing that I would always say is, don't submit anything less than your best work to your team. So I got a really good piece of advice when I first started out, and I handed my first report to my first contaminated land boss, and he said to me, "Is this your best piece of work?" And I said, "Yes." He said, "Are you sure? Is it spell checked? Have you read it through? Have you done a sanity check?" He said, "Because if you hand this in, this is my impression of what your understanding of what your job was." He said, "If it's not your best piece of work, then that's what I'm going to think about you." So I took it off him. I said, "Give me another day." And I read through it and I spell checked it, and I was really chuffed with it. I was really pleased with it. So when it went into review with my senior, it was the best piece of work that I could do. So always work hard, integrate yourself within your team, but also never hand in anything less than your best piece of work.
Wow, that is absolutely amazing advice. So thank you so much, Jill, for taking time out your busy, busy schedule to talk to us today. Yeah, thank you and have a great day.
It's a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.